So now that we have our Amazon EC2 instance up and running, we want to deploy our Meteor app to Amazon. So the first thing that you want to do is go to Meteor Up. It's a package for deploying Meteor. Go to this GitHub and you'll find the full instructions here. Well, this tutorial will just go through how to set up this whole thing and actually get your Meteor up on Amazon. So the first thing that you want to do is install Meteor up. Now this didn't work because we're not in sudo, so you want to do sudo right. Meteor up is now installed. We're going to want to create a new directory just for our deployment. So right now we're in the websites directory, which looks like this, and I'm just going to create a new folder. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to cd into it and do up init, and that will create two files into this folder. So you want to now open the mup.json file in your text editor. And here you want to edit this file. So the host name is actually going to be your Amazon DNS address, which we got right here. We're going to paste that into here. The username is Ubuntu because our Ubuntu server has a default username of Ubuntu. Our password we're not going to use because remember we used a key file. So we're going to remove this and we're going to use this instead. Here it's asking for the actual location on your local machine of the key file. So you'll see that the key is located here, and if you don't know how to do this, how to get the directory, you can just do this, just copy that and paste it in here, and it is going to be my web sites key.pem. Alright. Everything else looks okay until we get to here, app name. Just name it this can be anything. Okay. And the local path of your app. So I'm just going to use this because it's already a Meteor app that's all set up with Mongo and reactivity, and it's working. I tested it on my local Meteor server and it's working just fine. And that is HPP. Okay, this is where it gets a little bit tricky. You can kind of use this as an example I've already set up. So the port is going to be 80. It's a hash, so make sure that you add in a comma. The root URL has to start with HTTP. If you just paste this thing right in, like so, it will not work. It has to have HTTP. So, like that. And here we'll just specify our Mongo database URL. And that's just going to be this. This is actually going to be the database name. So this can be anything that you want. You could be like my website database. Okay. And now everything looks great. We'll save it and continue following the directions on the Meteor up page. Okay, so to set up a server, we need to go into cd into the directory, deploy my website, which we've already done. We'll just do Meteor up setup, and this will now read this file. So it knows where to get the key for authentication so that we can SSH into our server. It's got the server's address, so it knows where to go. It's got the username. And right now it's inside of our server. It's installing Node. It's installing Phantom.js. So now we just have to wait until it's installing all of these things onto our server. And this might take a while. If you're using the micro setup, the micro instance, micro has kind of low bandwidth. So this step may take a while. So we're just going to wait. Alright, so everything installed successfully onto our server. We'll just continue following the tutorial or the README. Now the next thing that we want to do, we've done setup. Now let's just deploy our app. And again, it's going to read from this file. It knows our application name and the location of our app, so it's going to deploy this app to our server. MUP deploy. And this is another step where you just kind of wait around for it to finish deploying. Great, so it is done deploying. Uploading was a success, everything else was a success, and now we can finally go check and see if our website is working. So you want to copy the root URL, and let's go to Chrome and paste it in. And I can tell already that it's working because it's loading the title of the page. Great. Oh. But, well, anyway, we can see that it is working. It's just something strange is going on with my internet, but it's working. I can guarantee you that. There we go. So later, if you actually change the files in your app, you can go back and do another MUP deploy, because the setup's already been done, and you just need to do the deploy again to update the site that's on Amazon with your new files, with any changes that you've made. And this concludes the tutorial on how to get your Meteor app on EC2.